Spring brings a natural desire to refresh our living spaces, clearing away winter's heaviness in favor of lighter, brighter surroundings that celebrate renewal and growth. For farmhouse decor enthusiasts, this seasonal transition offers the perfect opportunity to embrace creativity through thoughtful repurposing and upcycling projects that honor both sustainability and style. By giving new life to overlooked items and everyday objects, you can create authentic farmhouse charm that feels deeply personal while remaining gentle on your budget.
Welcome to Rustic Elegance. Let's embark on a journey through the beauty of rustic decor, celebrating the warmth, simplicity, and natural charm of this timeless design.
Budget-friendly spring farmhouse decor ideas using upcycled treasures and repurpose ideas. The beauty of farmhouse-inspired decor lies in its inherent appreciation for the imperfect, the weathered, and the story-rich. This design aesthetic celebrates the character that comes from genuine use and natural aging, making it perfectly suited for upcycling projects that transform forgotten treasures into focal points. Unlike more polished design styles that might require expensive new pieces, farmhouse decor thrives on creative reinterpretation of existing materials, allowing budget-conscious decorators to achieve magazine-worthy results without significant investment. As we explore these 5 approaches to budget-friendly spring farmhouse decorating, you'll discover that creating a fresh seasonal look doesn't require shopping sprees or professional design services. With simple techniques, basic tools, and a willingness to see potential in overlooked objects, you can transform your space into a spring-ready farmhouse haven that reflects both timeless charm and your unique creative vision. These accessible projects invite you to slow down, engage with your surroundings more mindfully, and experience the satisfaction that comes from creating beauty with your own hands. 1. Turn old finds into fresh spring decor. Breathing new life into vintage baskets and containers. Woven baskets, wooden crates, and metal containers from flea markets or your own storage offer endless possibilities for spring farmhouse displays. A light sanding followed by chalk paint in soft whites, creams, or pastel blues transforms these humble vessels into statement pieces. Line larger baskets with burlap to create charming planters for faux lavender or real potted herbs that bring refreshing greenery to your kitchen or dining table. Smaller containers can become delightful nests for decorative eggs or pastel candles. The uneven application of paint enhances the farmhouse appeal, allowing original textures and wear patterns to shine through. Transforming forgotten furniture with seasonal charm. That rickety wooden chair or side table languishing in your garage can become a stunning spring decor accent with thoughtful reimagining. Sand lightly, then apply milk paint in soft green or white, distressing edges to reveal the original finish beneath. Replace missing spindles with decorative branches, twine-wrapped dowels, or even sturdy flowering stems for natural charm. Small tables can become enchanting display surfaces for spring vignettes, using vintage linens and repurposed containers. Even chair backs can turn into wreath displays with grapevine circles, pastel ribbons, and delicate greenery. creating custom wall art from overlooked items. Farmhouse-style wall decor doesn't need to come from boutiques when everyday items can be cleverly repurposed. Vintage kitchen utensils make charming wall groupings when mounted on reclaimed wood with sprigs of dried herbs. Old picture frames gain new life when their glass is replaced with chicken wire to display garden photos or spring postcards. Even embroidery hoops become wall art when filled with vintage fabric, lace doilies, or burlap backed with springtime cotton. These creative touches add authentic farmhouse charm and highlight your unique personality. Two, upcycled garden items that bring the outdoors in. Weathered garden tools as distinctive decor. The patina of well-used garden tools brings unmatched rustic charm to spring farmhouse decor. Mount vintage trowels or shears on reclaimed wood to create rustic wall organizers for mudrooms or kitchens. A chipped watering can become the perfect vessel for fresh spring blossoms or herbs. Even stacks of terracotta saucers can become wall medallions when combined with air plants or small wreaths. These pieces add natural texture and farmhouse soul to your spring interior. Repurpose planters for indoor greenery. Spring's fresh energy shines in houseplants displayed in creatively upcycled containers. Vintage enamelware like coffee pots or colanders filled with soil and primroses bring charm to any corner. Old wooden toolboxes lined with plastic can serve as windowsill planters for herbs or spring bulbs. Salvaged architectural pieces like porch spindles become plant stands that elevate terracotta pots into farmhouse decor. These ideas blend greenery with rustic farmhouse textures beautifully. Garden-inspired table arrangements. Bring spring garden vibes to your tables using repurposed outdoor pieces. A vintage seed box becomes a striking organizer filled with bud vases of spring flowers. Cluster terracotta pots on a tray to hold miniature plants, votives, or silverware for casual gatherings. Repurpose old gardening gloves as utensil holders by stiffening them and tucking in herbs for a fragrant touch. These creative centerpieces connect your spring farmhouse interior with the blooming outdoors. 3. Repurposed wood and pallet projects made easy. Simple shelving from reclaimed materials. Create practical display space for spring decor with straightforward wood projects that require minimal tools and experience. Pallet wood, once separated and lightly sanded, transforms into rustic floating shelves perfect for showcasing collections of ironstone pitchers filled with spring branches or vintage bottles repurposed as bud vases. Weathered fence boards mounted between simple metal brackets offer linear display space ideal for arranging seasonal vignettes of candles, small potted plants, and farmhouse accessories. Even old wooden drawers can become unique shadow box shelving when mounted directly to walls and filled with spring-inspired treasures like birds' nests or botanical prints. These straightforward projects add authentic texture and functionality without overwhelming your space or your budget. Personalized signs with seasonal messages. Handcrafted wooden signs offer perfect opportunities to refresh your space with springtime sentiments while showcasing your creativity. Reclaimed boards, once cleaned and lightly sanded, provide ideal backgrounds for hand-painted phrases like fresh flowers, spring garden, or bloom where you're planted in simple white or pastel lettering. Wooden cabinet doors from salvage yards gain new purpose as substantial sign bases when painted in chalk paint and adorned with stencil designs or transferred spring images. For those less confident in painting, Simple wood rounds created from fallen branches can become charming tag-style signs decorated with stamps, decoupage, or even pressed flowers. These personalized elements add seasonal charm while keeping the authentic farmhouse look. Functional decor from wooden scraps. Small wood pieces often overlooked as scraps can become charming functional elements that enhance your spring farmhouse aesthetic. Transform irregular wood cuts into rustic coasters by sanding edges, applying whitewash finishes, and adding protective sealer for spring refreshment stations. Small wooden crates or boxes can become organizers for countertop essentials like tea bags or small potted herbs when lined with vintage fabric in spring patterns. Even simple wooden boards can become serving trays when handles are added using cabinet pulls, leather belts, or sturdy rope. These practical projects reflect Farmhouse Style's love for functional beauty with personal seasonal touches. Four, farmhouse tabletop ideas with vintage flair. Mason jar magic for dining displays. The humble mason jar, with its simplicity and heritage, offers endless possibilities for spring farmhouse tabletop arrangements. Group jars in varying heights, wrapped with twine or pastel ribbons to create centerpieces filled with seasonal blooms or collections of white candles. Paint jar exteriors in chalk paint, distressing edges slightly before filling with silverware or napkins wrapped with fresh herbs for place settings. Smaller jars can become charming individual markers when vintage buttons are glued to lids and name tags tied with twine. These versatile jars add farmhouse charm and seasonal warmth to your table. Vintage textile accents for table settings. Introduce soft texture and nostalgic appeal to spring tables through thoughtful use of vintage fabrics and linens. Mismatched cloth napkins from thrift stores gain unity when tied with similar ribbons and fresh flower stems or herb sprigs. Panels cut from old tablecloths can become charming runners when edges are finished with stitching or spring-colored trim. Even antique lace doilies can embellish canvas placemats with fabric glue, adding elegant charm. These textile pieces soften rustic tables and layer in handcrafted, historic beauty. Creative containers for seasonal centerpieces. Think beyond traditional vases by repurposing vintage containers for eye-catching spring centerpieces. Antique metal toolboxes, once cleaned and lined, Make perfect dining table arrangements filled with potted herbs or spring bulbs. Vintage enamelware like coffee pots or pitchers become cheerful vessels for garden blooms mixed with greenery. Wooden breadboards or dough bowls create rustic bases for layered spring displays with candles and botanical touches. These unique containers reflect creative thinking and deliver genuine farmhouse character. Five. Welcoming entryway and porch decor with rustic touches. Ladder displays for seasonal welcome. Vintage wooden ladders, whether full-sized or smaller step versions, create striking vertical display opportunities perfect for welcoming spring to your entryway or porch. Secure the ladder safely against a wall or railing, then adorn each rung with seasonal elements like potted spring bulbs, small hanging baskets of trailing vines, or lanterns filled with pastel candles. Drape lightweight vintage quilts or blankets in spring colors over middle rungs for added textile interest and charm. Small decorative signs with welcoming messages can be hung from higher rungs, while baskets containing seed packets might occupy lower levels. These multi-level displays maximize limited space, while the ladder's origins perfectly embody farmhouse style's love for practical objects repurposed with creativity. Door decor beyond traditional wreaths. Create distinctive door decorations that go beyond conventional wreaths to welcome guests with farmhouse charm. Vintage wooden frames become unique door hangings when filled with preserved boxwood, lavender bundles, or potted plants secured with florist wire. Old window screens gain fresh purpose when painted in pastel hues and decorated with fabric flowers or vintage garden tools. Even weathered wooden tool carriers can become door decor when filled with seasonal arrangements that add texture and character. These elements create memorable first impressions while reflecting farmhouse style's love for sustainable creativity. Functional beauty for porch seating areas. Transform your porch into an inviting spring space with repurposed decor that blends farmhouse function and charm. Weathered wooden crates, when stacked, create rustic side tables for holding potted plants or springtime refreshments. Old windows can become charming trays with added handles, perfect for serving drinks or displaying herbs. Even vintage suitcases can become occasional tables while hiding outdoor essentials like throw blankets. These pieces extend your living space outdoors while adding farmhouse personality through genuine vintage touches. Conclusion. The art of creating budget-friendly spring farmhouse decor through creative repurposing offers rewards that extend far beyond mere aesthetic enhancement. Each transformed object represents both environmental mindfulness and personal creative expression, connecting us to traditions of resourcefulness and skillful adaptation that defined original farmhouse living. By seeing potential in overlooked items and giving them renewed purpose, we participate in a meaningful approach to home decorating that values sustainability, history, and authentic character over perfection or novelty. As you implement these ideas in your own space, remember that true farmhouse style emerges gradually, through thoughtful curation and personal connection, rather than instant transformation. Allow your spring decor to evolve organically as you discover new treasures or reimagine existing possessions with fresh perspective. The most compelling farmhouse interiors tell visual stories through objects that carry meaning, whether family heirlooms, flea market discoveries, or creative projects born from your own imagination and effort. Beyond beautifying your home for the season, these repurposing projects offer opportunities to slow down, engage with materials mindfully, and experience the satisfaction of creating with your hands. In our fast-paced world of instant gratification and disposable goods, there's profound value in the process of thoughtful transformation, seeing potential where others might not, applying creativity to solve design challenges, and experiencing the deep satisfaction that comes from bringing beauty and function to overlooked objects. This spring, as nature demonstrates its own remarkable renewal, let your home reflect that same spirit of transformation through farmhouse decor that celebrates second chances and unexpected beauty.